I think all dating websites, people are looking for sex at the end of the day, so we'll call it what it is.
I guess your critics are the ones who say, you know what, this is a pitch for prostitution. What are you saying?
Well, I think all relationships involve some sort of financial exchange.
Something tells me that CEO had no idea one of his sugar daddy clients would end up on the front page of the New York Post today, accused of raping a woman he reportedly met on seekingarrangement.com. As investigators work through the details, should the company be prepping for a lawsuit? Lise Wheel and Vikki Ziegler are ready to try this. Let me start with you. Lise, you say sue away.
Yes, sue away, definitely, because, I mean, I know that some law is against me. The Federal Decency Communications Act is against me. But as a creative lawyer, what I would say is, look, that only immunizes the company to a certain extent. They knew this guy. This guy had an assault on his record. He was completely out there. It wasn't about sex. It was about rape in this case. So I would say, as a creative lawyer bringing this, I would say conspiracy, accomplice to rape. I could come up with a lot of things against this company.
Whoa. Let me just set this up a little. I'm not sure I set that up properly. So this guy goes on seekingarrangement.com. Right. He calls himself Daddy Loves Arm Candy.
Right.
Meets these girls, literally hundreds of girls over the course of the last couple of years, but this one comes to his apartment and then apparently may have been raped. So is the company liable?
No, I don't think they are. Number one, the Communications Decency Act gives broad immunity to these online providers. They're really giving third-party information. They're not vetting, and nor do they have to vet the individual members. They're really disseminating information and creating a database. That's the whole point of the immunization. Number two, they don't have to, as I said, they don't have to vet these people. What they have to do under certain laws, which have become state laws, and especially in New York, where this apparently occurred, they have to, number one, say there are safety procedures to make sure that you try to date safely. And you have to vet the member, these individuals. We don't have an obligation to do that.
But when there's a criminal act that comes out of that, and they should have known, because of the assault, because of all the things that he had posted, that this was foreseeable in a tort sense. And then it involves a criminal act.
Lisa? How was
it was foreseeable? I would certainly make the argument, and I know, guys, the law's against me on this, and I will tell you, I am sort of pioneering because I think the Federal Decency Communication Act is overbroad.
And I think it may change. The law may evolve.
It should change from this.
I don't disagree, but
look at the Match.com. Look at all these examples out there where women are
hold on. Now you're saying it may change and it may evolve.
But I'm still saying there's no liability. Let me tell you something. When you go into a bar and this, God forbid, happens to somebody, are you going to start suing every bar owner?
I'll give you a more obvious one. Yeah. Two people meet on Facebook and something happens.
Absolutely. All the social media settings. You can't hold people accountable if they're giving information.
Except this was
That's
so
the whole
clear.
point.
I mean, it was just so clear what he was going after. It was a sugar daddy thing. It was
There's 40
luring
million
these women
people
into his
going
home.
on dating sites. 40 million.
But this isn't.
There are predators.
This crosses the line.
There are predators, but whose obligation?
Somehow it crosses the line. I'm not trying to be hard.
No.
I just want to know why is this one different?
Eric's such a lovely guy. Thank you, Eric. I'm trying to make my case here.
Go ahead. How? Because they are specifically for hooking up arrangements.
For hooking up arrangements.
That they're to be held at a higher standard than, say, Facebook
and bringing this woman into to his home. He had the assault on his rap sheet. Why didn't they at least look at that? That's what I'm saying. The Federal Decency Communications Act should not be so broad that you're not vetting people that you're putting on the website and allowing a criminal act to happen.
But they have internet. Yeah, go ahead, Liz. But one second. They have the Internet Dating Safety Act, and that's implementing safety procedures.
But it didn't happen.
But there's no onus because they only have to give them information about dating tips.
Can I just jump in here very quickly? Let's show the audience. This is the guy who is accused of this. Now, again, he hasn't been convicted of it. He's been accused of rape, and we're not sure if either one of those two are the victims. We have no idea who they are. But this is also the guy who, I think he beat up his doorman for saying
exactly. That's what I'm
ago.
saying. The assault, that he already had an assault on the doorman. That was already on his jacket. They should have known that, they being the internet site. The Federal Decency Communications Act should not be so broad as to give immunization to anybody that has an assault record like that.
But there's also predators that don't have a criminal rap sheet that also do these things.
Then
so
broaden it as well.
We can't stop this epidemic. That's the problem.
This one could have been stopped because he had the assault beef. That could have stopped him. They could have said, "That's it. You're out of here.
Vikki,
done
Lise, I think it's a toss-up. Not really sure we're going to go with it, but we got to leave it there. Thank you, guys. All right, Locked Up.